Tips for a smooth H-1B transfer to a new H-1B employer. Hello, my name is David Yurkovsky. I am an immigration attorney. I've been practicing immigration law for over 20 years. My paralegal support team and I have filed over 1,000 successful H-1B transfer applications over the past several years. This video is for someone who is now on an H-1B visa and interested in changing to a new employer. Here are some of the key considerations in regards to transferring to a new H-1B employer. You do not have to inform your current boss that your prospective new employer has filed or will be filing a new H-1B transfer for you. It can be a secret between you, your attorney, and the new employer. The job offer must be at least a level 2 wage, whether it's part-time or full-time, because the level 1 wages have been under attack under the Trump administration. If it's a level 2 wage, you are much more likely to have a smooth H-1B transfer without receiving an RFE. Now, if it's a part-time position, at the time you are seeking to obtain your H-1B visa stamp in your passport, you will need to be able to prove that that part-time is sufficient to support you, that the salary, even though it's part-time, is sufficient to support you without the need to do any other outside work other than the H-1B, so that you obtain the H-1B visa stamp without any delays. The job site, the location of your position, it's best if it's at the employer's office or offices. That's the best way to assure that you're going to receive an approval without an RFE. In the event that the job location is at a client site, the chance of receiving an RFE or even a denial is much greater than if you're working at the actual office location that is owned by the employer or rented by the employer. In the event that you are going to be working at a client site, it's not the end of the world, but the employer is going to need to provide proof by contract that he or she has full power to hire, fire, monitor, and supervise your work, and of course is paying for your work under the terms of the LCA. Like any H-1B application, the employer is going to need to provide proof that the company has the ability to pay the wage that's set out in the LCA. This is usually done by providing a recent tax return and or some recent bank statements and even payroll reports. Of course, if you are filing an H-1B transfer application, you already have a U.S. bachelor's degree, or you already obtained an educational evaluation equating your degree or your degree plus your work experience or your work experience alone to a U.S. degree with a major that lines up with the job classification. If you're transferring to a new H-1B employer in the same classification, you should be perfectly fine. If you're transferring to a slightly different job classification, you may need to obtain a new educational evaluation equivalency report that better lines up with the new position. Now, some of you may already have an approved perm labor certification. Now, that's fine. Even with an H-1B transfer, your new employer can file another perm. And the great thing is you can keep your priority date from your first perm from the original employer that filed it the first time around, the perm labor certification, that is. This is enormously helpful, especially for Indian and Chinese nationals who may have a 10 or 15-year waiting period for visa, that is green card availability, before they can file their I-485 application. And here's a special note. Case-specific advice is always the wisest choice. Now, I'm providing these videos and this video to point you in the right direction. But if you wish to discuss your specific case, my office will be happy to advise you. We'll analyze your current H-1B position, we'll analyze the new job offer details, and we will let you know our conclusions and recommendations and answer your questions and concerns. We do our best to keep our prices at a reasonable rate that hopefully you should be able to afford. You can find out more information at our website, www.usavisaclinic.com. My team has created usavisaclinic.com to provide comprehensive services for filing immigration applications at a rate that should be well below the big city law firm rates. We're able to do this for you by relying on the latest technology and online access that improves efficiency, cuts down on the number of emails, and thus allows us to lower your costs. Wishing you a great day and wishing you smooth visa applications without any RFEs or any problems. Thank you.